Hello and welcome back to the old realms, and well, I've been grinding away. Yeah, I've been grinding away a whole bunch, and this is how we're doing with my clan right now. We just managed to make it to clan tier 3. I've also recruited a bunch of Bretonnian knights, as you can see here. We also have Lauren here, who is a fallen knight, and I thought to myself, oh, that's actually really cool. Didn't realize that there were gonna be any of those guys, that's for sure. So I thought, hey, let's get him. Anyway. Apart from that, we don't have any parties right now because obviously I'm not actually going to be able to call them into an army or anything like that. And I've basically just been running around fighting Chaos Raiders. I've been fighting basically anyone I can get my hands on. Otherwise, what we've been doing also, of course, is making it so that my companions have an insane amount of captain perks, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about right there. And we don't actually have any other troops apart from cavalry, obviously, because they are the most effective for us. And we are just going to continue doing this. Yes, this is a fantastic way to get renown. I've been getting around 25 renown every single battle. And casting this spell is a wonder. It is an absolute wonder of, I was going to say modern engineering. No, that's not really how that's going to work, is it? No, it is not modern engineering, but, you know, it's just absolutely fantastic. It is so incredibly fun to watch, and I absolutely love it. So, yeah, anyway, as you can see, look at this. Look at the amount of damage I can actually do here. And I'm not even using... it's crazy. I'm not even using the other spell that I could gain at master level spellcraft. And that's the funny thing. I do need to go and purchase some books, which I will be doing after this as well, because I actually now have... I'm pretty close to it, I think. I'm pretty close to being able to afford pretty much any book that I want because, well, let's face it, we are going to need a lot of the spellcraft books. I need to remember which one I've actually read already because I obviously did already read a spellcraft book. So that's a bit of a troublesome thing, isn't it? Because otherwise I'm now going to be in a situation where I'm like, oh yes, did I buy this just now? But there you go, we actually just got 20 renown for that, which is very nice. And then we can just move on. I actually have some demigryph armor here as well. Hilariously enough. Probably not going to be using a demigryph, of course, but it's there, you know. I got it somehow. I have no idea where I got that from, but I got it from somewhere. And yeah, it's pretty nice. I can sell it for 27,000 if I want to. And there's actually a bunch of beastmen here that we can take care of. I've basically just been doing this as well. Pretty much anytime we go into a battle, all I'm doing is either if it's chaos, then I am going to be fighting them like independently. So I'm going to be fighting them, you know, manual battle and so on. But if it's, you know, beastmen or deserters in any way, shape or form, I'm just going to literally auto-resolve against those guys. And that has been surprisingly fast. I actually haven't had too many difficulties with progression. And that's actually surprising. I mean, that's a funny thing. I feel like initially you're gonna probably have some issues actually, you know, making any headway in the mod because obviously, as I said before, there's a massive amount of bandits. I said this in the vampire series as well, where I actually had some big problems initially starting off because obviously, as a vampire, you're probably gonna have some pretty big problems. I'm actually gonna go for sprint. Yeah, that's really fun, actually, in my opinion. Plus 5% combat movement speed when you have no shields and no ranged weapons equipped. Obviously, this doesn't really matter to me right now, because I'm not really going to be going on foot that much. But, you know, it's actually kind of nice just to have that if I go into a siege or something. It's going to be really, really effective. Anyway, obviously, as you can see right here, I've actually leveled up a couple more times in my off-screen. And what I did was I placed another point in discipline, and we also placed a couple more focus points in riding and athletics, even though these things are they are good, don't get me wrong, they are good, but my attribute points are lacking severely because obviously what happens in this mod is you don't actually get focus points or attribute points when you first start your character. You don't get anything like that, so that's the reason why all of my skills and attributes are extremely low. I think you do get some focus points pre-allocated dependent on what you choose in your character creation, but you don't get an ability to choose your age or anything like that, because obviously you're not going to get the opportunity to do that if aging and birth and so on and so forth has been disabled, which it has in the mod. So obviously that's going to make a difference. Anyway, we're actually going to be making our way over here and attacking this guy. I don't think I've ever fought any of these fellows before, and he actually has a relatively similarly sized army to me. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't look to be particularly strong. I also did gain a couple more levels, as I said, so now we have this extra 20% ward save if your armor weight does not exceed 4, which obviously is absolutely fantastic. We also do need to go and get this again as well, 10% ward save if your armor weight does not exceed 4. I need to get that too. So that's obviously going to be a thing that I'll get when I level up next, which will hopefully be relatively soon. Hopefully in this battle I may indeed level up. I'm quite close to it, and it would be quite nice if we could do that, because if we can do that, then I'm going to get an insane amount more damage reduction, because as far as I'm aware, some people have clarified, and I really appreciate that, thank you very much, that the... Wait a minute. Did I just lose one of my... I thought I... Don't I have death off? Did he leave? No, he can't have left, right? Where did he go? Okay, that's very strange. All right. Yeah. Well, we're not gonna dwell on that right now, because I'm actually very confused by that. Because I thought to myself, wait a minute, we should be absolutely fine, because I have a bunch of these guys, and well, that's very weird. I have no idea what actually happened, because he was leading my infantry. There was a guy leading my infantry, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is going to be great, because, you know, he's going to be really good at what he does, because, you know, I mean, he's got great skills, and I paid, what was it, 15,000 for him or something like that, so I was very pleased to actually find a Bretonnian knight, yeah, well, now I'm not entirely sure what's happened, because I do have death disabled as far as I'm aware. I don't think you can actually, yeah, I mean, in the mod you can't actually kill people as far as I'm aware, so I am very perplexed at where he's gone. I think I still have him, don't I? But why wasn't he on the list? Yeah, look there. Ah, no, he wasn't a part of the battle because he was injured. Okay, phew. I was really worried about that for a real quick second. Okay, there you go. Alright, well, we're absolutely fine here. Chaos Portal, should I do one more Chaos Portal fight before I leave? I mean, I don't really need to. I have 181,000 in cash, which should be relatively decent for us. Actually, you know what? I want to do something fun. We're going to go into the Chaos Portal and fight the 250. I think that could be hilarious. So yeah, why not? Okay, so we're just going to go in here because I want to just see what actually happens. Obviously, this is going to be... I've kind of learned a little bit more about how Flock of Crows actually works. And if you didn't know this, I don't know whether you knew this. I mean, you probably did, but Flock of Crows is actually it's a debuff. So it's a debuff that you cast onto the opponent, and it persists no matter whether they move out of it or not. So in other words, as you can see right here, it is literally on them. I did not realize this initially, by the way. So I'm a bit of an imbecile for that, I suppose, but the fact is, you can literally just continue casting this thing over and over again, and you can continue trying to afflict people with it as much as possible. And this is making a huge difference to our overall effectiveness, as you can see. And, well, as you can tell, absolutely murdering everything in sight, which is very nice. Okay, Aura of the Lady. Yes, let's buff some people, get some more faith skill. As you can see, my faith skill is absolutely just terrible. It's only at 62. And I'm not entirely sure how I level it up faster. That's the thing. Because I have insane amounts of focus points in this skill. I have 6 in Discipline, or 7 in Discipline at this point. And there's another 20 renown for us. Yeah, we basically get 20 renown every single time, which I'm very, very pleased about. Yeah, so that's the thing. What do? I don't know, you see. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about leveling up my faith skill. Because obviously there are those faith locations, the prayer locations on the map. I have gone to a numerous amount of them in my off-screen time, and I'm still only at 62 faith. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do about that, because obviously, as we found out, there are no books that actually provide you with faith skill. At least, maybe there are in Britannia lands. Maybe I need to go to the Fey Enchantress and actually purchase some from there. I'm actually not entirely sure. But yeah, we can actually buy some additional things if we want to. I actually don't think it's really necessary for me to do that. I think I'm pretty happy with my spells as they are. So I'm not going to do anything with him right here, but we are going to buy some scrolls for inevitable, really, really good things. So I'm thinking, yeah, not trading. We're not two-handed. I should have just purchased it before, shouldn't I? That probably would have made more sense, wouldn't it? Okay, so yes, let's have a look-see here. We want leadership, I guess. Don't we want leadership? I guess we'll just purchase one of those just in case. We got some polearm there. This one is what we haven't actually done either. I know for certain that that is spellcraft. This is spellcraft, roguery, and gunpowder. Not really looking for that. Here we go. This is yes, there we go. Balthazar wrote this. Oh, very nice. Okay, good. He's probably going to have some rather wonderful insights on this. And we got roguery, crossbow. I think there's one more. This is the one, I believe, that I haven't read. Paying 66,000 for this, which is hilarious. Naked and unafraid. I guess I will be getting that as well, because that's athletics skill. And that could be kind of useful. I did level up again, so I might as well spec into athletics or something like that. There we go. Gazing into the ocular rift. There we are. Alright, so I'm spending 99,000 at this guy, but I'm going to sell some of my stuff, and hopefully I will be able to get back some of the cash that I'm spending. I am going to sell the demigryph armor as well here. Let's sell all of this stuff. This is all just trade goods and random things like that. There we go. So I'm only spending 50,000 now, which is actually not too bad. Pretty nice. And then we're going to be able to level up relatively quickly with all of these skills, hopefully. Maybe even get my spellcraft to 150. That would be really, really nice. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, but I would love it if I could. And there you go. So we spent that focus point, and now we're just going to be reading this. There we are. Okay, let me just do this properly. There we are. It seems there is nothing more to... okay. I thought that might actually be the case. Alright, yeah, so I basically just bought the same book that I had before, but that's fine. It's alright. You know, I kind of expected a little bit of a double up there because I was really not entirely sure which one I had read beforehand. Completely forgot about that. So that was not particularly good. Well, never mind. At least we can now read the next one. Spellcraft is now 125. Fantastic. I don't think that gives me master level spells yet, does it? I think 150 is master level. Or am I completely an idiot about that? No, this is actually master level. Oh, wow, we just unlocked master level. Okay, that is amazing. That is very, very cool. You know what's going to happen now, right? Yeah, I'm going to go straight back into that fellow, and we are just going to have a whale of a time. Ooh, look at this. My spellcraft is actually almost at 150. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so let's just do a little bit more here. This one as well. There we go. And then we can just do... Well, I'm going to leave the last one, actually. I'm going to leave the last one because that is indeed leadership. And I don't have that many focus points in it. We just reached 150 in spellcraft as well. So that gives me another wonderful focus point. Actually, not focus point, perk point, in fact. And then we will be able to spend something else. Okay, what do we want? Your damaging spells do 20% less damage, but cost 30% less winds of magic. Or your damaging spells do 20% more damage, but cost 10% more winds of magic. Okay, so now, here's the thing. For me personally, I actually think Efficient Spellcaster is going to be more effective for this particular character, because I have no way of regenerating my winds of magic in combat. So I'm going to be taking Efficient Spellcaster, even though that does reduce my damage by 20%. But we've got to think about this very strategically, because think about how much damage Flock of Crows actually does. It does 5 damage, as far as I'm aware. 5 damage per tick. So if you reduce that by 20%, if you reduce, you know, 5 damage by 20%. It isn't really that big of an impact. And it costing 30% less Winds of Magic, I think can be very, very effective. So I'm very intrigued to see how that actually works now. And what kind of synergy we can get with that. Otherwise, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting the Curse of this unpronounceable thing. And we're going to be spending 25,000 on that. And we also have the ability to get Storm of Renewal now, as well as Dwellers Below. I'm thinking we're going to get that because this literally will dismount people. I think that is insane. Obviously, it is 24 Winds of Magic, which is very expensive for, you know, our current class. Because obviously we can't, as I said before, we can't rejuvenate our Winds of Magic at all. What does this actually do, though? Raw energy flows across the battlefield, renewing lost vigor and mending wounds. Heals 30 hit points flat and 10 hit points of all friendly targets inside the area for 12 seconds. What does that actually mean? Does that heal 10 hit points every second? I don't think so, right? I think that's just a massive group heal of some kind. Okay. Well, that's good to know, but I'm going to get Dwellers Below because I think that's going to be hilarious and super, super fun. And there we have it. Okay, so we are super powered up now, and this will then take me into the next fight, which will be against 250 Chaos Raiders, or at least I will attempt to do so. And let me just take a very quick look at my career points because I do have the ability to spend some. So what do we want to do here? Well, we probably want to spec into... I don't really care about that too much. We're going to go into the ward save here, like I said. There we go. That's absolutely fine. And everyone else is looking good. Let's go over to my spellbook here, because I'm pretty happy to have Petty Heal, I think. Dwellers Below is something that I want to get as well. And we want to get this too. Alright. Fantastic. Look at that. Okay, so we are super powered up now. What I'm actually going to do very quickly is I'm just going to go in here because I want to make sure that I have all my spells accurately, you know, assigned. So let's actually just have a look. So we've got Flock of Doom, Dwellers Below, and the Curse. As you can see, the Curse is also a Hex. So that's going to be a thing that will do massive damage. Let's actually just have a look at Dwellers Below and what it actually does. It knocked everyone down. That is hilarious. Okay, yeah, so we can actually just curse people with woodland sprites now as well. And we can curse people... Oh, wow, yeah. I mean, literally, look at the amount of damage that we're dealing with this. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, so I'm obviously going to get absolutely murdered if I'm not careful. So I should probably just try to heal myself and then move away. But yeah, this is very fun. This is very fun. The spells that you actually gain from being a damsel... or just generally speccing into Lore of Beasts, I think is really, really super, super enjoyable and satisfying. I don't know. It just feels like you don't have to do too much. You don't have to really, you know, it's kind of more hands-off than the Vampire was. And I really appreciate that because it just dramatically changes the way that you play. And as I was talking about in the Vampire series as well, we do have a lot of asymmetry with the various factions, because obviously if you're playing as Empire, you're probably going to get, well, you're probably going to get artillery for the most part. You're probably going to get artillery. You're probably going to get, you know, a bunch of warrior priests, you know, a bunch of I don't know, gunpowder firing units and so on and so forth, and you're probably going to have a pretty fun time with them. And then you've got to think about Britannia, obviously. And Britannia is completely different in the way that it plays, because it obviously has a bunch of cavalry. It uses, you know, these wonderful spells that we're using here. And then you think about the vampires, where they're all about massive amounts of fodder. So they use fodder so dramatically in their armies. And then the vampires themselves are the ones that deal the most damage. It's really quite crazy. Anyway, Dwellers Below is something I'm going to use right here. Can I actually... It actually knocks them... That is hilarious. It knocks them down so funnily. Love that. Okay, yeah, so we could just use the Curse as well. There we go. So the Curse and the Flock at the same time is dealing massive damage here. And I just literally eliminated how many people with one green eye cast? Yeah, I have no idea. But one green eye cast literally just eliminated, I don't know, 20 people, 30 people at once, which is hilarious. I literally cannot wait until we go into that battle with the 250. I would really love that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to very quickly go ahead and just do that after this. And yeah, I really want to level up, actually. I want to level up. Wait a minute. Can I just use Aura of the Lady? Yeah, there we go. Just want to get some more faith skill. But yeah, as I was talking about earlier, I don't know whether I actually finished my thought on that, actually. Anyway, my thoughts in regards to faith level ups. I've been attempting to pray at as many, prayer locations as I can get my hands on. And I haven't had very much luck in leveling up my faith skill. Usually what it will do is it will level up 2 skill points every single time. And that's actually fine. I don't have a problem with that. But that means that you're going to have to travel between them consistently if you want to level up your faith skill relatively fast. I don't have access to any other prayers as far as I'm aware. I don't think so, at least. Because basically what the concepts menu says in the encyclopedia is it literally says you're going to gain battle prayers as you level up your faith skill. And yeah, that's, I think, happening. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it seems to be quite slow as it is. As you can see, look, gain access to all adept level battle prayers, gain access to all novice level battle prayers. I'm going to assume that I should go to the Fey Enchantress again and maybe learn from her. I think that's probably going to be the next best thing that we can do. Going to level up my writing skill here a little bit too. Did I actually level up again? I think I did. So I have another career point. Yeah, I do. So increase positive relation gain by 20% or increase magic resistance against spells. I think I'll probably do that, but I'm not actually getting murdered that much by enemy spells at all, to be honest. Anyway, I am going to just wait until my Winds of Magic is back, and yeah, then we're going to do this wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm just going to save real fast, and then we're going to be going in to the Chaos Portal. I'm actually going to wait until daytime, because I don't really want to fight in the night. I think it's going to be a lot more fun to, fight this properly, where we can see everything and the wonderful spectacle of getting murdered by all of them. Yes. Anyway, what I'm actually going to do is we're just going to start the fight and then we're going to retreat. That's all we're going to do. We're going to do this. This is just a strategy to get the 250 troops outside of the Chaos Portal, and then you can fight them right here. As you can see, you can just fight them straight up. And this also means that you can do this consistently. You can do this over and over again, and you can get 250 troops to come out of the Chaos Portal, and then you're going to be great, because then you're going to be getting a huge amount of renown in the process. And so what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to use Flock of Doom. Actually, you should use this, shouldn't I? Dwellers Below I should actually use. There we go, I'm just going to use that. Whoa, okay, getting murdered. Getting murdered, hardcore. Gonna tell my forces to charge in. Flock of Doom is gonna need to be cast. There we go. Let's cast. Well, that is not exactly good, is it? Well, I'm gonna knock a couple of people unconscious with my Flock of Doom. Obviously, as you can see, it is still working. And as you can see, I'm now starting to... Yeah, I just literally murdered a whole bunch. Look at that. Did you see that? That was hilarious. Okay, so I'm actually going to retreat right here. I actually wonder whether I can retreat and then go back in, because I did want to get huge amounts of kills here. So let's actually just leave real fast. Can I get back to... my regeneration is so slow. I'm sad. I'm so sad right now. You have no idea how sad I am, because literally... that was going to be such an amazing fight for us, and we would have gotten so many wonderful renown gains. But yeah, now I'm going to have to do this random thing where I just run into auto-resolve battles just to get some renown in the meantime. Oh yeah, and also look at that. It actually activated my preventive medicine as well, which is actually kind of crazy. See, I was doing too much. That is the thing that is going to literally be your downfall most of the time. I was literally just doing too much. And I wanted to try and maximize the amount of damage that I could do. And that was just not good enough, was it? That was not very good at all. So let's just dismount all these guys. Oh, look at that. That was crazy. And let's just do this. And this. And where's Green Eye? Green Eye, there we go. Boom. Oh, I didn't actually do as much as I thought. Oh, well, sad. Okay, let's do this. There we go. Kill more of those. Look at that. Look at how many I'm killing. Oh, yeah, that is absolutely incredible. I actually think this might be... I think this might actually be more powerful than the vampire. I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, we've been seeing this for quite some time now. Obviously, the damsel starts off really weak and basically has not much at all to really speak of. But the vampire is kind of in a similar boat. But yeah, now things are looking like this, where we are literally going at enemies and they are just falling before us. They are literally just falling before us, and they have nothing that they can do. And it's actually crazy because you know how I took that perk that reduces the amount of damage that I do. Is it affecting me at all? Yeah, it's kind of affecting my green eye a little bit. The green eye is doing much less damage, but it is far and away better for pretty much every other reason. It is so incredible. Anyway, let's just level these guys up, and unfortunately I don't have enough space. I don't have enough space to take all these prisoners, which is really, really sad for me, but oh well, never mind. Can't do much about it, unfortunately, and we can now go on over to the town. But this is what you can do. You can do this over and over again, where you go into the Chaos Portal, and then you can, you know, have a fun old time summoning those 250, and if you're not like me and you actually do manage to survive the first engagement, you might even get more, you know, you might even get more renown for it. We're actually just going to go, I'm just going to auto-resolve against these guys, because we're actually going to be going into a town relatively close, and I shouldn't have to worry too much about taking these additional prisoners. Hopefully, I mean, we're going to be slowed pretty dramatically, but hopefully it's going to sell for it sells for 4,000. It's all right. If I had more roguery skill, then obviously this would be a lot better, but yeah, well, it doesn't really matter too much, I suppose. Anyway, we'll just sell all of that. Look at that. We're gaining another 25,000 from this. Oh, actually, we would gain a lot more as well if they had more cash. And we're going to sell some of this meat too, because I don't really need that much food. And there we have it. Okay, so we got some people that have leveled up as well. And bear in mind that obviously in my time off screen, I did just level my clan tier to the next one. And that means that we now have the opportunity to do extra things. As in, we can actually make it so that we can field more troops. Wait a minute, did I not have a career point? Thought I had a career point. Okay, that's kind of weird. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, so yeah, we can field additional troops. And that is exactly what we want to do, obviously. We want to make sure that we have as many troops as possible. Because then what I'm actually going to do is we will become a vassal with one of the Bretonnian factions. I actually wanted, ideally, to be able to get to such a high clan tier that I would be able to field many more. Because then I'd be able to have, I don't know, 150 or so, maybe 150 or so, maybe something like that. I'm actually not going to be dueling this guy again, unfortunately. It's just not going to work. But I can sell these prisoners here, and yeah, so basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to get those guys, all the Bretonnians. Oh, actually, this is not going to help me. This is not going to help me at all, so I'm actually just going to reset all the transactions, because these guys have no money in their marketplace whatsoever. So yeah, that's obviously a bit sad. But anyway, we're just going to go straight on into the Chaos Portal again. We're going to come back out, fight the 250 again, and then I will be making my way back to Bretonnian territory. Actually, should I even do that? I'm not entirely sure whether it's even a good idea, because maybe I should just stay here and do as much damage as possible. I'm actually going to do that off screen probably, because I mean, you've seen it, you know, firsthand right here. Dwellers Below is initially used to remove as many people from their mounts as possible. Just going to tell my forces to charge in as well. And then we will be able to inevitably use Flock of Death, Flock of Doom, whatever it is. Here we go, just knock them off. I actually hope that that works a bit better than that, but okay, never mind. But yeah, let's do Flock of Doom here. There we go. This is such an incredible sight. Boom. Oh, I really wanted to do more than that. There we go. Okay, more than this, more than this. Can I do more? Yes, a little bit more. That was... I mean, literally, this is insanity. This is absolute insanity that we are getting here, just from these abilities alone. And obviously, as you said, you know, there was a fellow that actually told me about this this spell combo, and I thought to myself, really? Ah, that sounds fantastic. That sounds so much fun. And so, yeah, as you can tell, it is it is a huge amount of fun. And obviously, Chaos Raiders, they are not exactly the most powerful. They do have some really, really good armor, as you've seen in the past. I've had some problems actually eliminating them with melee. But as it stands, obviously spells are their direct counter. It seems like, you know, spells we can very easily use to do massive damage. Now, what I am really intrigued about... Are you wondering? Are you wondering what I'm intrigued about? Well, it's going to be the sieges. How is it going to be for me to use these abilities in sieges? Because I can imagine that this is going to be very strong. This is going to be very strong in a siege. Look at this. We just gained 62 renown. 62 renown from this. I can't believe that. That is amazing. That is so incredibly good. And look at this. I'm actually getting even better gear as well. This is crazy. All right, so yeah, I actually have to go and purchase some more mules and sumpter horses and so on and so forth, so that we can actually carry some more stuff, because that's really going to make a huge difference. But I think I'm actually going to cut this episode a bit short. I wanted to actually make a slightly longer episode, but I feel like if I just continuously go into the Chaos Portal and draw these 250 out over and over again, it's not really going to be that fun for you to watch. Unfortunately, I mean, it depends on who you are, obviously. Maybe you do like it. Maybe you actually enjoy that kind of content, and that's absolutely fine and great and dandy and so on. However, I'm not sure whether the majority of people would like that. I don't know. Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. But for me personally, I'm going to go off screen. I'm going to fight a bit. I'm going to try to get to Clan Tier 4. I think I can probably make it in a couple of battles. As you can see, you know, we've got only 300 to go, and we just gained 60 renown for that fight. So I can probably do it in about, I don't know, half an hour maybe? Maybe half an hour in real time? I'm actually not entirely sure, but yeah, we're going to do that, and then I'm going to be making my way back all the way over to Bretonnian territory, and obviously there are so many different people that we can join. So what I'm going to ask you right now is, this is the question: do you want us to join a specific Bretonnian faction? And if so, tell me which one, because what we're going to do is we're going to join one, and then we're going to wage war against one of the others. That was going to be my initial idea. And let me know whether that's actually a thing that should be actually done, because for me personally, I think that becoming a vassal of possibly this one right here, or I'm actually not entirely sure. Which one's the largest one? This one? Dukedom of Bordelot, or the Dukedom of Aquitaine? Maybe one of those would be pretty good. But yeah, I'm basically just asking you which one you think we should join, because then we're going to have some kind of civil war thing going on, and we're going to try to expand that particular faction's territory. And that's obviously going to be a very, very intensive fight, because they're all so tightly packed together. And then once we have taken over a little bit of territory in the area, we're then going to move on and attempt to, you know, wage war against the Empire, and then eventually go all the way over to the vampires and so on and so forth. And hopefully that's going to work out really, really nicely. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.